I was lucky enough to sit down with Cullah after a set in Joshua Tree, and it was my first attempt at doing any kind of field work alone, and I didn't anticipate as doing as much as I thought I would do, even though I planned for a lot. But I was ready for all kinds of events, possibilities, like running out of power, losing my cables, and I even went through the effort to get extra sound files for my recordings, because I anticipated there was going to be a lot of noise, like people, like the music, the crowd, and the PA system. But I didn't anticipate for the motorcycles for some reason, even though I was going to a motorcycle event. And I guess I just thought that there was going to be like a parking lot and an insulated room that was going to let me interview the guys without any noise, but there wasn't. And I didn't even have my H4n on when I was recording them too, so it was right there on the table in front of them, and I forgot to turn it on. So I made a lot of rookie mistakes, but you live and learn. And I was still able to get good recording, good answers from the guys, and I got some insight into how they think, what makes them tick. And I think I hope you enjoyed the interview, because I did. I enjoyed making it. So without further ado, sit back and enjoy Going Nowhere with Cullah and his Comrades. We all have one song as a kid that makes us want to be a rock star and pushes us to try to play an instrument. What was that song as a kid that made you pick up your first instrument that you can remember?
I think the person that probably convinced me to want to play keys the most was listening to Herbie Hancock. Some of the jazz stuff, and then when he does Headhunters Fusion era type thing, it really got me into like not only just like piano and keys, but also like the science of sound and stuff like that. Because Herbie was real into that kind of stuff, experimenting with different frequencies of shit. So yeah, for playing keys, he was the number one for me.
What song?
What song for Herbie? Oh, his song? It was
What song was it?
Oh man, what would be? Probably would be his tune called "Tell Me a Bedtime Story." It's off his record "Fat Albert Rotunda." It's 60s kind of cool fusion-y, but still pretty jazz oriented record. Before he got wild with experimentation, but there's some really tasty keys playing and also really tasty composition. If you're into that kind of thing. Oh yeah.
It's tough. Well, I can think of one. There's definitely some White Stripes songs that changed. Some of the earliest ones I can think about when I saw Under Blackpool Lights, Jack White playing the guitar and playing some of his early songs of the White Stripes. Those hit me hard, and they were out. I was like, hell yeah, this is rock and roll. And yeah, as maybe a song, one of my favorite songs was Jimmy the Exploder of the White Stripes. It just such simple blues, but just through the garage and punk rock of the Midwest, like just perfect combo.
I'd have to go with probably like Bicycle Race by Queen or something.
Nice.
Freddie Mercury along just for...
Yeah,
We don't always notice our own progress as we take steps forward to reach the level of success we want. But eventually every artist experiences a moment where they realize everything they've been working for has finally paid off and they're no longer an aspiring artist. What was that defining moment for you when you switched from that mentality of saying I want to play music to realizing you were living the life of a full-time musician?
I don't think I am there yet. I mean, full-time, yeah, but it's always aspiration. I don't know. I don't think that will ever go away. I think
you're always hungering.
I hope.
You know.
I kind of hope. I wish. I mean, I don't know. If I get the hunger, if I eat, if I'm hungry for it and I eat it and I feel satisfied, then who knows? Maybe I'll stop. But it's always aspiring.
Yeah, no, at least for me, it's like whenever I go into something, when I'm done with that, I immediately get.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what about this over here? What about, like, you're always learning. You're never.
Yeah.
never complacent. Like I feel like if you're complacent as a musician, it's probably not a very good thing. You should always be uncomfortable to a certain degree.
Yeah.
You're playing and it's really better. I agree. You gotta practice all the time. You know?
Yeah.
You can't let up on it. It's all about
Somebody
it.
go outside and tell them they can screw up. Damn. We'll wait for that to stop.
They were saying we should.
They're telling us not to play Apple
Yeah, yeah.
music. What the? Was there ever a time when you had doubts about your abilities? Did you question if you could reach a point where people would notice your talents? And if so, how did you overcome them? And if not, how did you keep yourself from giving into those doubts?
I've had plenty of moments of not feeling like you're quite worth it, you know, with everybody else. I used to play a lot of jazz back in the day on trumpet before I played keys, and that's a tough genre to be in because I mean it's cutthroat. I mean it's all about the individual players. It's like you got to be the best wherever you go. You know, always competition with other guys. And there's been plenty of times where I played gigs and I got screwed up, you know, royally or something like that. And during the set break or after the show, you're just like, I don't deserve to be here. You know, like with these other guys, they're killing it on stage, and I'm just bring everybody down. But I guess the way to get around that, at least for me, that just means you just have to recognize that as I have more work to do. Like, don't focus too much on the negative of it. Obviously, you got to realize it. Like, I sucked up there. Yeah. Okay. Done. You got that point covered. You sucked. Now, what are you going to do for the next gig? You know, you got to start. You start going. All right, I'm going to practice this, and this. You know, or at least in the jazz scene, there was a little competition where if someone came up and told you like, you know, another player or something like that. It's like, hey man, you weren't sounding, you know, good up there at all. You have a little bit of like, all right, well screw you too, pal. Like, see me in a week, and we'll see who's the better player. And just work your ass off all week for that next jam session or whatever, just to try and leave him in the dust. And I think that's the way to overcome it. Is you gotta be competitive. You really do.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be complacent. You can't do anything like that. You got to be cutthroat sometimes. It's just the nature of the beast, I think.
It is.
Being a musician.
Yeah, there is a competition in a way. I felt that way growing up with jazz too. The doubt was always there because I didn't play jazz growing up. I still don't really know it very well. That's something I'm excited to someday like dive into fully. But all my uncles were jazz musicians, very talented jazz musicians, and so whenever they'd be jamming, I'd be like, I want to join, but I can't because if I just go up there and I go like, I don't know what I'm doing, and they're doing complicated things that they've all done 100,000 times over and over and over, and so I was just kind of on the sidelines, just like sulking, being like, I want to be playing with these people, but I'm so far removed from their skill level that that it would take a lifetime. And now, I mean, I've jammed with some of them, you know, and I'm going to be making some music with one of my uncles. Yeah. But self-doubt is, that's always, if you don't have self-doubt, then you're not going to be growing, I feel like. And that's, like you said, focusing on the negative, it's going to be, that's not the right path to get together.
You just got to realize it. Move on.
Many kids these days grow up without a network of support, and their dreams often fall through as a result. Did you have the support and encouragement of your family and friends when you express your musical interests, and how did that affect and influence and shape your music?
I come from a big musical family, so I've always enjoyed being able to play, and my family's always been there to support me, and people, my friends seem to like how I play too, so you surround yourself with people that are going to ultimately support you, so I feel like I'm alright.
I'd say yes, my family's supportive for sure. It's the only reason. It's the only reason that I'm here playing music.
Same here. I came from a very non-musically talented family at all, but they were all about like, that's what you want to do. Like, don't get too down about it or whatever. They always say that we'll still be your biggest cheerleader at the gig, you know. So it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal.
Do you think your style and approach would have been different if that support wasn't there, or do you think it wouldn't have even happened?
Hard to fathom.
Yeah, I don't think I can answer.
So So did you feel like a lot of kids just don't pursue their dreams because their parents are like, no, don't do it?
That definitely does happen.
They just like
parents
give
are
up
big
music.
influence.
or give up
Parents
art.
are
Culture in
huge
general.
influence. But I think especially with music, I think parents are some of the biggest influencers of whether you continue it or not, you know?
Yeah.
Especially in high school, I feel like there's a lot of kids that you can tell they really like playing and stuff like that. But you can also, some other parents are like, no, you're not going to a music school. You know, you're getting
Be a lawyer.
You're going to be a lawyer or a doctor or something like that. And it sucks,
Yeah.
but parents definitely have a big influence in those decisions.
Did you ever face any adversities that made it a challenge to pursue music?
Every day.
Yeah.
I have a day job.
Yeah.
Every day. All the time.
Yeah, a lot of struggle.
Everything's just adversary. Adversary. Like, I mean, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think if you're not challenged, then what's the point?
I was a child that played drums and keyboard, but after a developmental disability, I slowly lost touch with those instruments, and I had to find a new passion that I could pursue independently. Has it ever crossed your mind what you would do if that ever happened in a situation?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've also like gone down that wormhole where you would figure out how you would adapt. You know, you guys were talking about it last night. I think I would adapt and still find a way to be able to produce music somehow through like I could sing, you know, and if I were to lose that, I would continue to use any part of my body I could. I think it's definitely possible to make noise, to make joyful noise, even without the conventional instruments.
That's one of my most existential fears is that all of a sudden my ears don't work, or I lose my voice or something, or I lose an arm. That's a constant existential threat, and I think stay up some nights thinking about it, but ultimately it's like what Pat said. React. We can adapt. Humans are very willing to adapt. It's what's that Darwinian law? It's not the strongest survive. It's those who are better equipped to adapt to their environment. That's the survival.
Looks like a nice guy.
Look at that.
It's definitely.
Come on, dude!
Never mind.
No, he's just sitting right there. I'm saying he's not.
The government keeps reducing fundings for arts and music programs. Is it important that we save these programs?
Totally.
I think it
Totally.
It's the bit abysmal with the American arts
It
program.
is. There's so much that it can offer, especially like kids in school growing up. It teaches you a lot of stuff that you just can't learn through academia. I guess not only self-doubt, but like quick problem solving on the fly. If something goes wrong, you have to immediately react to it and fix it
There's incredible
right away.
research.
Incredible
research has been done in that music, and playing instruments, and even singing stuff that have huge cognitive benefits.
Yeah.
And it's not. I mean, in Canada and Sweden and in Norway and a lot of other countries, you can apply for an artist's grant from the government. And the government will actually subsidize your life as an artist because of the kind of inherent non-commercialization of some art, in general. That it's harder to make a living like that as a true artist. And there are programs in America that can help people and stuff, but not nothing at that scale. So I think.
Hi.
Hey, we got one more question for these guys. All these interruptions. Maybe we just talk loud.
Yeah.
Just talk loud, yeah.
It's quieter.
Assuming that things keep going downhill for public school music programs, it may be up to us to provide that outlet for our local communities. How can musicians now help future generations to pursue their musical careers?
Arte para Todos. In Milwaukee, they have, or it's been happening in the past 5-6 years, but it's basically a bunch of bands play a bunch of venues around town, 2 nights, and all the proceeds go to school funding for music grants. And Milwaukee has a great local scene, so a lot of people tend to come out for those shows and help support.
Yeah, they're packed. They're freaking packed.
You know,
the best of the best musicians.
They might not even realize that they're supporting them, but people come out to see them, and it's for kids.
There's a lot of good. There's some artists in Milwaukee that started their own conservatory. A lot of the jazz guys started their own conservatory themselves. That's always a good thing. I think conservatories do probably most of the legwork for kids that want to get their music, I guess, career started at an earlier age. Conservatories are all about high school, middle school type.
Is that the word conserve? Conserve, like conserving?
It means to
I just know they're called conservatories.
It means to save.
Yeah, like
Basically, it means to
conserving
save.
music, save.
Oh,
Keep it the same.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, keep it the
But
same.
at least the conservatories in Milwaukee are not only they support the community very well, but that's some of the best music education. We're lucky with the one in downtown Milwaukee. But some of the best, or Prospect. It's one of the best music education you'll probably get in the Midwest. Some of those jazz guys are some of the best players in the country, and they just do it just because they want to teach. They want to pass on all the fun stuff that they've learned over the years. That'll really inspire you, especially when you go to those conservatories in high school. It's a whole different feeling, because unlike going to a normal school, you're just surrounded by a bunch of people you don't really relate with. Go to conservatory and everybody's there for the same goal. You're surrounded by creative types everywhere and stuff. It's a really cool environment to be in. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's lots of ways. I mean, there was music before public schools. There'll be music after public schools. There's music. I'm the public school music system that in an ideal world would be. I would imagine fully funded could be an incredible change in our culture for good. But I mean, music will always be there, but to help other aspiring people. There's a lot of people in Milwaukee at the festival, the conservatory. There's also musicians that reach out to students directly in grade school and high school and do workshops, face-to-face musician or with children that are aspiring, letting them know it's possible, letting them know it's a valid way to be a person, to be a musician, to live your life and to figure out that hustle as soon as you can, as early as you can as a kid. Just the earlier you get into that, the more likely it is that you're going to be able to succeed, I think. So I don't know. That's my opinion. But yeah. So face-to-face, conservatory, festivals, just lots of different ways.
Just don't stop.
Believe it.
Right on.
Hey, if you like this, go check out the little blooper reel from the session and see how I used all those interruptions to my advantage. Link in the description below. If you really like what you're seeing on this channel, please consider becoming my patron. You'll get early access to certain videos, access to polls, a role on my Discord server, and even free art. You'll also be supporting the growth of my channel and my future projects, including upcoming music videos featuring music by Cullah and Big Earl's Poorhouse Millionaires, and I'm sure that list is only going to grow as the months go on. If you're a small content creator, please take the time to go check out Cullah's website or visit him on social media to see his free music archive. He's a very talented musician that mixes multiple genres to make his own unique style. He has 13 albums and over 180 songs, all free to use in your videos. I've been using his music for over 3 years now, and he's never once claimed any of my videos, so I can personally vouch that once you find something just right for your channel, you won't be receiving any pesky copyright claims from him. So head over to his site, Cullah.com, to show him your support and get real royalty-free music for your channel that won't get your videos claimed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, he's never once claimed any of my videos. In fact, he shares videos when you use his music. Like, if you use his music, he'll share your video every time. You know who doesn't do that? Audio blocks. And you know who does get your, you know who doesn't give you that guarantee? Freaking audio blocks, right? They charge you money right? And then you use their music, and then the next thing you know, it's getting claimed. So you have to write them. Meanwhile, you're losing your revenue. Then, sometimes, the person who owns the song can say, oh no, I changed my mind. Next thing you know, you gotta change all the music and all your videos because Audio Stock sold you music that wasn't really royalty free, and I'm so done with this Go to Cullah.com. Get your free royalty free music. Do it! Why are you still paying people like Audio Blocks? Go download something like Cullah. You don't even need to go to Cullah. Go to ChillHop. ChillHop lets you use all their shit for free too. Go to ChillHop or go to Cullah.com. Those are the two things I use now. Go visit them. Go now. Go. And no, I'm not getting paid to say that. I'm just